Hey everyone, Sarah Brinkley here. Sorry that I am doing this in my bedroom. This is actually the quietest room in the house as of right now with the children here. So sorry about that. So I'm going to talk about big tech and press suppression. So in months leading up to the November election, as you know, Parler became a go-to app for many Trump supporters. It was all over social media. A lot of people on Facebook were like, I'm leaving, I'm going to Parler. So the app drew people that did not want to be censored um, and have the right to free speech. Social media giants such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram began using warning labels and deleted posts of far right content, misinformation on COVID 19, false claims on electoral fraud, and posts about President Trump. I remember seeing lots about this, and people were very irritated, and now there is Facebook jail that a lot of people are being subject to be put in. So conservatives such as Senator Ted Cruz, Eric Trump, and Sean Hannity urged their followers to switch platforms to Parler to keep from being silenced. Social media sites effectively function as a public square where people debate the issues of the day. However, they are privately owned, which gives them the freedom to censor and delete whatever they wish. The First Amendment, though, and this has been fought, was not violated. They were sued, and come to find out, they're free to do whatever they want to do. So just like, free business, not, but free, but businesses, if you come in there not wearing a mask, they can tell you to go on. That's just the way of the game. So on January 6th, Capitol riots turned ugly, and platforms that were used by the individuals that stormed the Capitol were blamed. Days after Apple and Google stopped hosting Parler, meaning that people could no longer sign up, on their phones through to the app stores. Uh, it was basically a death sentence for Parler, and Twitter banned Trump permanently. Parler sued, but it had agreed in its contract not to host content that may be harmful to others. In a court filing, Amazon provided samples of about 100 posts it had notified Parler violated its contract in the weeks before the Capitol assault. Parler had to be true to had to use overseas web hosting to get back online. So apparently they're back going strong as ever. Americans have a deep and abiding suspicion of letting the state regulate speech, and that is a legitimate concern. The state doesn't need to be over that type of thing. It's free speech. So, do we want a handful of chief executive policing it? But is it okay to just leave it alone? Slippery slope. If it wasn't until the 1960s, and I didn't know this until researching, that the Supreme Court started to embrace the vision of the First Amendment. That's really when you started seeing people exercising their right to free speech, and the Supreme Court actually backing them. And even that was defending a Ku Klux Klan leader. The world back then definitely differed from the world that we live in today. The line is being drawn on what type of free speech is okay and not okay, which is free speech. It should all be, you should be able to say whatever, but if it's harmful, you know, so there is no consensus on a path forward, but there is a precedent for some intervention. This is going to be an ongoing thing, and I am going to be following this really closely. You hear about it a lot in the news these days, so I'm sure there will be more to come. So thank you for listening, and I hope the rest of y'all have a good night. Bye.